My poor sweet baby. Oh my god. This episode starts immediately after the last one, and Subaru introduces himself in his Season 1 manner, which is paired with the background music being from Season 1. Specifically used in Subaru's introduction to Lagunica. With the way his face is drawn, he looks a lot more innocent. He also has his hair down, which makes it seem even more so. It seems that his characteristic antics of references and silly sayings brings comfort to Emilia and Beiko's troubles. You could tell a lot from their facial expressions, that they're trying to keep it together. And I found it cute how, at the end of this scene, Subaru asks for their names in the same way he does in Arc 1, trying to act cool and all. You can see how Emilia blushes at this. Moving on to the next scene, Ram does not hide her anger, especially on Subaru's comment on Rem. It's funny how Subaru is immediately able to tell that Ram is the older sister, or at least guess. Everyone except for Julius reintroduces themselves to Subaru. Julius looks particularly distraught. 1, as he is lost the only person who remembers him in the world. 2, the last time they spoke, they left on a bad note. And 3, Subaru forgot that they were lovers. At the end of the scene, Subaru calls Emilia Emilia-chan instead of Emilia-tan. In contrast to Julius, although they have similar situations for needing Subaru, Ram is a lot more expressive, telling him to cut the act, almost as if she's in denial. She yells at him, but seconds later she sounds desperate, almost pleading for Subaru to remember, because he's the only one who knows her sister. Throughout the past few episodes, we've been shown just how important Subaru is to Julius and Ram, and I feel like that's what we've been building up to this whole time. Also, for my last video, I was mistaken. I assumed based on how the meat looked that it wasn't dried, but frozen. I mean, the way it looks still doesn't really look dry, and the soup, those look like fresh vegetables to me, so I don't know, bruh. Anyway, Julius finally collects himself enough to talk to Subaru, introducing himself and saying that they're something like friend, casting doubt into his statement, probably because there was something more. Eridna reveals herself to the group, and it seems that Emilia already had her suspicions based on her reaction. Ram is shocked, but Meili just does not care. Emilia looks pretty stressed out across this entire episode, as things from the past get brought up over and over again, like Echidna. She sounds cheery, but her concern is obvious. Although again, with the way he acts, he proves he's still Subaru. The optimistic, silly, and kind Subaru, who's about to be crushed. Upon examining the doors, in the last video, I actually said the wrong door. I think I got confused because the door to Reed's trial is in the same area as the Green Room's entrance, and that's where Subaru was right before he ran to the archive. But this actually makes a lot more sense. As to how he lost his memories, my best guess would be the Gluttonies, or at least something related to them. I mean, they are in the intro, but are they just crawling around the tower or something? How would they get there? I assume Subaru was trying to find a way to defeat Reed through the Books of the Dead. I mean, that makes the most sense given that's what he said he was going to do at the end of the last episode. Right here, I like this scene of Subaru showing off how incompetent he is, with his whip and everything else. He's then killed, shoved down the stairway, by an unknown assailant, with his return point in the Green Room with Emilia and Beiko. I really like his facial expression here, and like in Season 1, he doesn't think he's actually died. Honestly, who would? I also like how he questions his past self, and the way it's presented in the scene shows his isolation. This loop goes on a lot like the last one. I would have commented on this on earlier episodes, but I think the relationship between Shala and Meili is interesting. I feel like we've been given a lot of clues as to what Shala is, as she's not a spirit or a human, but something else. I mean, it literally pans to Meili as Subaru asks what Shala is. And I'm sure you all know at this point, but Meili is able to control mobbies, so Shala might be at the very least related to them. As Subaru is about to tell the group about his quote-unquote prophetic dream, he overhears Eridna, Ram, Emilia, Julius, and Beatrice talking about him. As far as I'm aware, we did not hear Meili or Shala. Although I still kinda doubt that it would be either of them because I literally have no reason as to why they would do that. Unless I'm just missing something, but I don't believe it's them. Subaru is then once again shoved down the stairwell. This death is rather gruesome, a lot more than the last one, and I feel like that's with great reason. It carries the emotion of the scene prior pretty well, especially with their voices echoing in the background of the scene, with some beautiful music choice. With Kobayashi's voice acting here, I think that they actually tortured him because he sounds so gruesomely wonderful and sad at the same time. His fucking tears too. Man, it's too much. There's also another voice that plays in the background here that isn't a part of the group, which, based on how it sounds, I believe it's Rui Arneb, the third gluttony, which may hint towards how he lost his memories. His reaction after waking up is wonderfully crazy and disturbing. The character acting here is insane, like goddamn. But bro's gotta pay for doing that to Beiko. And also, they're fucking with me. Why is Reed's door different now? I swear I'm not crazy. Am I thinking of the right door? Cause like the door Emilia opened in episode 4, it was rectangular, but now it's curved at the top? Anyway, that doesn't matter. Now, Subaru rushes up the stairs towards Reed's trial room, who pokes at his insides with chopsticks, and tosses him down the stairs. The fucking sound design here is insane as you hear his body get destroyed by the fall. And the music coupled with the flashback of his parents are all so depressing. I know it's small, but the fact that even Season 2 shows the unwashed mug in the sink is so awesome. It breaks my heart. The horror of this episode is done so well, with Satella appearing to caress his heart and then quickly vanishing. Emilia finds Subaru broken and returns him to the green room. Subaru then tries to escape the tower, and it seems the rule that Shala must follow to prevent challengers from leaving the tower has been activated. Wow, that was an episode. People in my comments have been telling me that this is where Arc 6 truly begin. And what can I say? I definitely believe them. This poor amnesiac Subaru is going to be beat to the ground over and over again, and he is far less prepared for it than when he was with his memories. If I had to give it a rating, I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend subscribing, commenting, liking, and using the hype feature if you're on mobile. It really helps us out. If you'd like, you're also welcome to stick around for more, as I'm doing these videos weekly as Season 4 comes out. ReZero is my favorite show of all time, and if you'd like to see more of my opinions or thoughts, stay tuned for more.